Holy tamale, why didn't you guys tell me I didn't put up a lecture video last week? Maybe you guys hate them. I don't know. But sorry I didn't get one up last week. I just realized today that I missed it. But that's okay. We'll continue on. So for week 5, semester 5, seminar 5, you guys are reading chapters 8 and 9. There's not a lot to the projects for those chapters, and so it should be pretty simple, well, if you ask me. A comment on the discussion questions. There's 4 this week. They're pretty random of what they're talking about. Please think about them when you comment on them, and then do some searching on them. Just because they ask for your opinion or your definition in your own words about something doesn't mean you can just say anything. Please look them up and figure out what they're all about. For the project in chapter 9, that's where there's extra stuff. You're going to do John Ken Pone, and that's the Japanese version of rock paper scissors. So think about that. So pretty much it's rock paper scissors, but you got to think about how do you do it. This week's the design pattern is the factory, and if you've already peeked at this week, there was a mistype in the title of that section, so I fixed it. So now it does say factory. So the last 2 design patterns we looked at have been somewhat easy. I've been helping some of you with the second one, the strategy design pattern, and after looking at that in detail this time, I realized that's probably way more simpler than the singleton design pattern that we did the first week, because the singleton design pattern kind of introduced some craziness about how to think about things. Usually, for example, the constructor is private in a singleton, and that doesn't make sense if you make a constructor private. So that's a little confusing there sometimes. With last week's design pattern of the strategy is very simple. All you're doing was providing an interface and creating some classes associated with it and being able to call those things. And so the factory kind of builds upon using that interface, and we're going to start making a factory. And so a factory will make a widget, but that widget can be whatever depending on the factory. So when you do look up for a UML diagram for the factory, look around. I did a quick search here and I went to like 4 or 5 different websites. They all had different UML diagrams, so you need to look at them and pick the one that you think looks the best, the one that was going to work for you, and use that one. So don't just pick out the first one and use it. On the and then for the second part of that, where you look up what a factory is and all that kind of stuff, I found that, I'm going to give you a big hint here, Wikipedia had a great section of example code that you can look at and get your head wrapped around it. I like the PHP example they had there. The Java one was pretty, that was tough. I thought it was really tough and didn't really show how the pattern really worked. The C#, I think there was 2 examples of C# on that page, and they were both excellent. So hint, but don't copy. But that page has at least 4 different examples. Like I said, the JavaScript was okay, but the PHP was probably the best one, and the C# were pretty decent as well. And I think that's it. If you guys ever have questions, give me a call, or email, or text, or message me through Google Hangouts. I've been adding you guys as you guys email me and I email you. So yeah. Let me know if you need anything.